I also had a mild freak out when we got back last night because I got summoned for jury duty, but not getting paid over the summer sucks, y'all.
Leadership camp is basically when we take all of the student leaders who are going to be running pretty much everything that you could think of in the CMB, and we give them like basic leadership skill training.
Learning the fundamentals of marching and how to teach those fundamentals. Same with music, learning the fundamentals of music and teaching the music. And also just learning how to be a leader in this type of setting.
And then mellotons, trombones, baritone. I know where Aiden is. What am I missing? Tuba. There's tuba. On cue. Where's the rest of tubas?
Where's the other one?
Okay.
I am your 2025 Eastern Conference Finals champion. Applaud for me!
So, we got band camp all this week. We know how that goes. And then we'll have the first week of classes. We'll have 1 week off. And then we'll have the show number 1, the music of Lady Gaga with the University of Idaho. So the University of Idaho will come over here. We're going to do a tune. They're going to do a tune. I don't know what their tune is. Do you know what their tune is? I have no idea. So we're doing Abracadabra. They're going to do a Lady Gaga tune that I have not heard of. And then we're going to join together and do Hold My Hand. Yeah, so fun. So hey, you don't need you until the afternoon. How about 1:30? I have to think about it less. Yeah. And then
C, swapping the hands.
U, G, S, go, Cougs, and where are you starting your go, Cougs?
I usually accidentally tap my shoulder, I feel like. Hold on.
We want to marry to 45. Go, Cougs, and
Let me try it, but potentially.
Knowing how to actually play our fight song is pretty important and able to teach how to play fight song, especially because it's the song we play the most. So that's probably the essentials of leadership.
Not this year. Then have a great attitude, make new friends. Because, I mean, here's the thing. One thing that we have done every year here that we can still do this year is this is not a drumline that cuts people. And there are schools that do, okay? That the audition process includes, you audition for this instrument and there's no spot for you, good luck next year. That's not what we're about here. Every single human belongs here at this school. And so we take that seriously in the marching band. We don't cut people, okay? If we get to a point where we run out of drums in the future, I will buy more drums because I'm not sending people away. That's not what we're about. But what that means is you might have been the best snare drum player in your high school and you might be moved to bass drum or cymbals this year. So try to have a good attitude about that. Once you start learning the music and meeting the people in your section, you are going to have so much fun. This is a great group of people to be around.
Reality TV show.
Oh my God, Real Housewives of this season.
I know that's been a real problem this whole season.
What?
Chat, that is not true. That is not true, chat. I've been holding it down.
Sometimes we'll slow down. It doesn't matter as long as we're all together. It does matter, obviously, but like you have more power. We don't. There you go. Do that times 10.
moving outside. Gonna have a great time in the weather.
It's going great so far, except I don't want to wake up right now. Day 2, we got 7 more days. We're living life we're living life. Aren't we, Noah? Are we living life? Are we living life?
I'm living life to the fullest right now. Day 2 of leadership camp, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Leadership is different in every type of way. So to show us how to be a servant leader and serve the band and our section, as well as being able to, I'd say, help those before ourselves.
So we go over things like how to run a sectional, how to teach marching, things like group bonding activities, and things that you can incorporate into your section.
There's 3 weeks of it coming up, and I'm like, good luck. Okay, lock in. How do we do this?
Head hair pieces. There's like a little cut in the back where you can like slip in a barrette.
What?
You knew that?
I think.
didn't know that.
I don't know.
Oh. I don't know about you.
Here, wait.
Alright, start whenever.
You are the new first.
Have fun, Quentin. Come on, Quentin, you got this.
Yeah. Oh. Guys, please.
There we go.
There we go. Start whenever.
We did fun games so that people could see the way that leadership works in more of like an intensive way, I guess. So we did like this jump rope activity where we had everybody go 1 at a time, and then immediately twice at a time, and then 3 at a time, to try and get people to know how to work together as a team and get everybody comfortable with each other as well, and just making sure that we all are going to be able to work together in the CMB when the season actually starts.
Go! 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 Oh no! I got 4.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
I got it. When I said 10, everyone was like, and those alarm bells started going. But then you guys talked it out, you came up with ideas, you figured something out, and it went better than the first time, which is really what mattered.
Welcome to band camp, guys.
Band camp is a whole other animal. Either you love it or you hate it, or you deal with it. If you're a 5th year like me, you deal with it.
Band camp is so much fun. It's when all of the new people and all of the returners who were not in leadership roles come back for the start of the season.
It's the week before school starts that we all show up and just work on marching fundamentals, get to know everyone in our section, meet the whole band.
It's when everything just kind of gets amped up.
When I first walked into band camp my freshman year, I was like, oh my God, there's so many people.
A big part of band camp is meeting all of these new people. It's just a really fast way to get connected really easily. And it's a way to kind of build that culture that stays with us for the rest of the season.
The very first thing we do is we get our uniforms.
So our new uniforms are a lot easier to fit than our old ones, I think. Our new ones, essentially, depending on who the uniform team lead is, they will have us go into different rooms and get fitted for the different parts of the uniform that we have. First is the crop top, which is essentially how you think it is. It goes up to here, and it goes under your vest, so you have long sleeves. When we get to the colder not as hot games as it has been. If it's too small, they take it off, they put a new one on that's bigger. Same vice versa. If it's too big, they give you a smaller one.
Measure around your shoulders. Let's start off with 38. I might need to.
Same deal.
The bibbers are the hardest thing to figure out how to do because people's leg sizes are a lot different and waist sizes. So to measure your waist as long as measure the length of your legs to see what you are. And then the Shako, you kind of get fitted for this. Basically, they ask you, how big of a head do you have? And if you say you have a small head, they give you a small Shako and you put it on and see if it fits, or you loosen or tighten it. If it's not fitting at all, they go size up or size down, depending if you say your head's too big or small.
I think I showed up first day of band camp freshman year, and I was like, wow, this is really fun. This is like low stakes. And of course, that was with Dr. Benefield. So it's kind of different than it is now, but I just remember thinking, wow, this is kind of like almost exactly like high school is. This is great.
For opening session, it is such an amazing tradition that we have, and it's a way to show everybody this is what you have to be excited about. This is something that you get to look forward to as somebody coming into the Cougar Marching Band.
I still remember that. I remember sitting down and being like, "Ooh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? The opening ceremony. What does that mean?" And my first year, I was like, "Wow, this is awesome." And then every year, I feel like it's gotten more anticipated. I feel like this year, running out and doing run-on sequence, and then
everybody starts screaming their heads off. And I remember sitting there like, what's going on? Oh my gosh. And all of these people come out onto the stage and they're all wearing their matching red t-shirts for that year. And they're coming out and they're all screaming and they're shouting and they're doing these dance moves and they start playing the fight song. And it was like this absolutely surreal experience of me sitting there and just like being just completely dumbfounded about the fact that I'm going to be in the Cougar Marching Band and I'm doing college marching. Like this is incredible. This is amazing. And when I first went out as drum major, that experience absolutely just skyrocketed because I knew that I was then providing that for freshmen that were coming in and they were going to experience exactly what I did, where you're sitting there and you're fully realizing this is it. This is exactly what I've prepared for, and here I am. We're just going into it, and it's just an outstanding feeling to just be there and to experience that. The primary point of opening session is just to sit down, boom, senses shocked, like here goes the fight song, here goes Jaws, like our biggest thing ever is Jaws.
I remember thinking, damn, I gotta learn the fight song. Because everyone, like all the upperclassmen, everyone who knows the fight song is singing along, and I'm like, this is the first time I'm hearing of this. It's just like, wow, this is something I get to do. This is so cool.
Opening session is the biggest part of band camp. It's the reason that we all are connected that way that we are, is because everybody gets immediately set up with their section, set up with their student leaders, meets all of the student leader team, and figures out exactly what they should do right off the bat.
Clearly something went well, because here I am 4 years later.
I love Grimes. Deep down, I love that place, but I hate marching on it during the middle of the summer. Marching fundamentals, essentially, we teach a lot of it during band camp, but essentially it's teaching you how to forward march and how to backwards march and how to slide, which for people who don't know, sliding is, walking left and right by facing the same direction as you are.
With visual fundamentals, that is basically like how to take your first step when you're marching, or how to hold yourself up in like a beautiful standing the look position, right?
Dr. Sweet likes to call them boxes. It's the alignment of the body when we're setting up to march, if that makes sense. Like, you put your feet together, your heels together, and you kind of straighten up, put your arms in front of you, and then that's how you set yourself up to march.
But if you ever marched before, you gotta learn like what checking is, what marking time is, what a slide is. If you've never marched before, what's a slide?
So CMB is not audition based. It is completely based on if you know how to play an instrument, you are more than welcome to show up, and we will help you along in the best way that we can.
My experience was so much different than people who do it now, because we had dot cards. We had a little lanyard with a little thing you could slip in there, and it was your card thing. There was no location of what you're going to look at. It was 2.5 steps inside the 50. When you're a freshman, what does that mean?
Because it was, with Dr. Benefield, it was a slightly different pregame than it is this year, or now with Dr. Sweet, but we had like our little dot sheets. We went and found our dots, and then of course our next dots, and we repped them. And I just remember thinking, wow, I'm actually in a college marching band. Did not think this would be happening.
Dr. B, you did not hear this, but my first pregame, I didn't play a single note. I played not a single note. I just marched. It's scary, and as somebody who now knows fanfare, trumpet cheer, fight song in the back, like more than anything, I can play that with, like, super easily. It is something that my freshman year learning pregame was hard.
Looking at it now, it's like, it's been so refined since when I was a freshman. Like, there are these little things where, like, the more that we do it, the better that it gets. And it always looks so phenomenal when you're looking at it on the big screen, and like seeing the videos of it when we're done. It's just so cool to see it, and like getting to be part of it from the outside now instead of marching in it. It's really cool watching it all take place down the field, and it's just absolutely amazing.
One of our big things is the WSU Week of Welcome Pep Rally that we play at, which is the big first performance that every freshman gets to play at and do horn flashes and play fight song.
We started playing, and we're all doing these little fun dance moves, and we're just trying to, fit in, I guess, and just kind of have a good time. And it was such a weird thing because all of these other freshmen were coming in that were just attending the school, and I'm attending the school, but I'm over here on the stadium, I'm playing at them, and it was so cool. We'll play Jaws and fight song, and we'll introduce everybody to the words of the fight song and to the very, very famous Jaws into fight song that we often play in the football games. And then after that, we are the reason that everybody can spell the WSU for the big photo, for the first class photo. And so we learn it before we go in. We learn the drill for it, and then all of a sudden, we're standing there, and the drum majors run around with tape in their hands, and they're saying, "Grab onto it!" And we have this tape that's just lining up all of us. And then the students flood into us, into this WSU form, and then somebody from up high takes our photo. And then everybody just screams excited, "Yay, we've done it! Our first class photo, that's super exciting." And while we're doing our fun dances and everything, and we're doing our tuning sequence, and Dr. Sweet calls up ecstasy, and I remember standing there, and the first note hit, and I think I just stopped playing because I was like, whoa, what's going on right now? And I remember being just absolutely speechless at the sound that was just coming out of this block that we had created, and the band is there to keep everybody excited about it. We are the pep in the pep rally, right? We are the reason that people can dance and people can get excited, and we really pride ourselves on that.
Honestly, you kind of just show up and it's like every other band camp day, but at that point you're like, wow, it's Friday, it's already over? That went by fast. We rehearsed for the parade on Saturday. That was interesting. We walked around on the street. We went farther than I expected. So like up past Lighty and around. We stopped traffic. It was really funny. I had mixed emotions for sure. Like, definitely there's the feeling of, oh, thank God it's over. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Because I've been at least like straight leg marching since my freshman year of high school. It's a refresher that I personally don't need, but I have to like stop and remind myself that not everybody knows how to march and that this is for them.
Like, let's say you were used to marching not straight leg, and you were used to marching how University of Washington marches, and they're very much like kind of high steppy, like point toe. If you march that in high school, we don't march that way. We're very much roll step, roll step, roll step. And some people have never marched before. Like when I joined WSU, I never marched before, and it's really nice and also interesting to teach people how to march when I didn't know how to march. So it gives them, some breath of fresh air to know that learning how to march is not as scary as it can be.
It's a great way to meet new people, right? Meet the section, see what the year's gonna be like. And it really does go by quicker than you think. But also at the same time, it's like, wow, I'm not gonna be doing this anymore. Band has been my life since I was 10 years old. This is my 8th year marching, because I did it all 4 years of high school, all 4 years of college. So it's kind of like, what do I do now?
You're going to blink your eyes and the season's going to be over. Seniors, juniors, am I right?
Yes.
And all of them, you're going to think that this week that took so long was eons ago. So this is where the fun starts. I love lentils.
It's a parade. We go down and just march through downtown Pullman.
So we kind of lead in as the pep for the entire school and just repping Washington State University and just proving, once again, how we are very, very Pullman proud and very excited to be here.
When we actually start the parade, if you've got like a sweater or a jacket on or something, tie that around your waist or put it in Dr. Sweet's truck. We want everyone to be wearing the red top during the parade, okay? So when we're marching, everyone looks the same.
We play fight song and Louie Louie, and then drumline does their cadences. But we just get to march through the whole downtown. I was on the outsides of our parade block, so I get to see like all the people videoing and all the little kids like looking up and like cheering us on, and it was so cute.
There's this presence about us where everybody's excited to see us, and so all of a sudden we're marching down and we're playing music and everybody in Pullman is cheering us on and they're screaming for us, and it's such a surreal experience coming into college, coming from high school where that's not the same energy that you get.
This year was kind of, my mom said it truly did rain on our parade because it was a little drizzly out, raining, but that doesn't stop the band.
Unfortunately, with the rain, the woodwinds were not able to play, but brass were still able to play, which was good, so we did get some sound out, but unfortunately, woodwinds were still there, waving along and greeting everybody as they could.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad it wasn't like 90 degrees and hot and sunny. I'd rather, I think, be in the rain than in the hot sun wearing oh God, am I gonna get sunburnt?
So, right off the bat, morning rehearsal. We meet 6 hours before kickoff. So if we have a 7 p.m. kickoff, we start rehearsal at 1. So let's say we have 7 p.m. kickoff. Everybody gets to rehearsal at 1. We do little section warm-ups until about 1:15, and then everybody comes together, and we usually will start with arcs, or we'll immediately go into drill or pregame or anything like that. But it's basically just repping our show and pregame and making sure that everything is in tip-top shape for when we actually get out onto the field. It is a very exciting and scary thing because it's pretty much whatever we put on the field now is what we got to put on later, and it's kind of like a rushed way of just all of a sudden it's go time. This is the moment that we've prepared for. Let's go.
Depending on how ready I feel for the show is how I feel before the game, to be honest, or how well our football team's doing. So like the first game of the season, there's really a lot of nerves going through. Like, is our football team going to be good? Am I going to do well at halftime? Am I going to do well at pregame? And that's even as a fifth year, I still feel that. And I bet people who care about football and want to do well in the show feel the same way, even if they're freshmen.
You prepare for it in the sense of, yeah, this is how you do it. But you never experience the actual game day. This is what it feels like to run on for the first time. And it's such a weird feeling because you're sitting there fresh out of high school where people didn't care about the band in high school, and all of a sudden you hear the drum cadence go off and we start running. You hear Dr. A.J. Miller's voice saying, "Here they come!" And the crowd just erupts because they're so excited for us, and we're so excited, and we're screaming, and you can't focus on anything except it's go time. Here's where we start. And you got to get to your spot, and you got to try to remember where your spot is because everything's going on. You just want to look, you want to take it in, but you can't. You got to stay focused. Immediately when it's done, drum majors give you the cue go, and you run over to the tunnel area, right? And you make a little block for the football team to run through, and so they can get the game day started. It's like this whole thing. And right when the team runs through is when we play Jaws. So the drum majors are prepping you, get ready for Jaws, get ready for Jaws, get ready for Jaws, as we're in this massive block. And then it's 3, 2, 1, go. Start playing, and the team runs through, and there's fire shooting up at us, and you have to try and maybe, you won't catch on fire, but don't be scared, you know, it's a little scary. So, and then the fireworks are shooting off, and it's like this crazy experience. Butch comes on out in his thing, and sparks are flying everywhere. A lot of fire. It's a lot of fire. Finally, that's over. We play the fight song, and we get in the stands. And by the time we're about to get in, we haven't even like walked fully into the stands yet. The game has started. And now it's just go time, stay focused, stay ready. It's the most exciting thing. When you're in the stands, you're just talking to your friend, and then all of a sudden it's play Jaws right now, go! And then you just gotta remember Jaws, here you go. And so it's so exciting, and it's so crazy. But we do that, we go through our whole thing up in the stands, and then it's time for halftime.
Like when, for our first show, it was Gaga, and I think it went super well, especially when we were playing with U of I, and U of I did, Bad Romance, and we did Abracadabra and Hold My Hand with them. I felt super confident for that show because we had 2 weeks to learn the show, and the shows weren't super hard to learn, and the drill was pretty nice. For this upcoming show, I'll be a little bit different with how hard I've had the time of my life is going to be.
This is different from pregame. Pregame is the same. This is going to change. So that's really cool because this is like our big show. This is what everybody's waiting for. Whoever is waiting for the Cougar Marching Band, this is what they want to see. So this is like the big moment for us to be able to show off and to be able to show like, yeah, we're here. Hi, how's it going? And so that's a really cool experience. And so when we're done with that, we'll come off again. It goes by like that. You can't remember what you messed up because it's over. And you get back in the stands, and same thing goes through. Do the whole game day thing, the stands thing, calling out songs, waiting, just ready to go. And then before you know it, game day's over, and it's 11:30 at night, and you have been here since 1, and you didn't even realize it. And we sing the alma mater when we're done, after we play the fight song, of course. And then it's just kind of, that's it, good night, have a great night. There's nothing else that we really do after game day because it's time to just like breathe. Yeah, so we are 100% polite all of the time. We are showing what the proper response should be. and we are trying to be above any of the negative comments that people get thrown, especially the refs, the other team, all of that. We are not hating on anybody, and we are not against anything. We want our team to win, of course. That's what we're hoping for. But we are never doing anything out of complete hatred and negativity. We are always trying to be positive and just keep all of the good vibes up. We are never trying to promote negative feelings. So you have to be very aware of how you're acting while you're in uniform and make sure that you're staying on top of things and being like the most positive person that you can be towards the other teams and towards other people. ICB, Incognito Band. It is where the day before a game, which is primarily Friday nights, we will all, whoever wants to come, it is completely voluntary, it's not forced upon anybody, is welcome to join us to go around to certain parts of Greek Row, certain bars, and to the big RV lot that everybody, like all of our big WSU fans are at, and just play songs for them. And we'll dress up in these crazy costumes, and we'll like have these section moments, and like we'll just be absolutely silly and just play the heck out of our instruments and just try and be like, yay, this is so cool, game day tomorrow.
Every Friday night before a football game, the marching band, not in C&B gear, I'll say that, dresses up in whatever attire that they choose for their section. So, for example, the Altos last week, during the San Diego State game, dressed up as Secret Service members, and I was Joe Biden. and everyone who got close to me, they were like, whoa! Whoa! And then the week before that, it was vacation. So we wore like Hawaiian shirts and hats and dressed up, and one of our members got a giant unicorn pool floaty and wore that. So it's a really fun time. We play at one frat most of the time, at Pi Kappa Theta, I'm pretty sure is what that frat is. There was a giant bell in front of it. And then we go to the Cougar, Valhalla sometimes if we're feeling like it, and then the RV lot in 2 different locations. And we play band songs. We play songs in our book, old songs that we played for our shows, and so on and so forth. But then we also play, fight song, Jaws, especially when we're at the frat. They love Light 'em Up because the cymbals crash around and run around. But ICB is a super fun time. It's not mandatory at all. You can join if you want to. It's very voluntary, and it's probably some people's favorite part about it. It's not my favorite part. I think there's other parts about marching band that are way more fun. But it's definitely a fun thing to do with your section, especially because dressing up as certain things are lovely. Like for Apple Cup, we're going to dress up as apples.
And my favorite tradition is when all of the trumpets go into a porta potty and try to fit how many they can fit inside and play their instruments at the same time. So I think the record this year is 5 in 1. I might be wrong, but I think it's 5. Just trumpet players in a porta potty. And it's so silly and it's so random, but it's so much fun, and it's just another way to connect the band and connect the community of Pullman for getting ready for game day. It's so exciting for us, and it's just a really great opportunity to just get everything out of the way and just get your nerves out of the way for game day. I know, especially with me as drum major, having ICB right before is really helpful to just get used to calling things for the whole band and just playing everything all together. It's really helpful to learn cutoffs and like not have all of the pressure right away. It's really nice to just kind of have like an easy breezy run through of everything and just be able to relax into it a little bit more. And it's a really fun experience.
Football gods, we sacrifice these 2 umps who no longer is in drumline to you so we can beat the brakes off the Huskies.
When we would do the theme of frat night, I have an alter ego of Chad Brad Bradley. And my absolute favorite anytime we do it is frat night, when we all dress up as frat guys. And I carry this on from high school because when we would be in pep band, we would have themes for each pep band gig. And so one of the themes would be frat night, and everybody would dress like a frat brother. And I created a fake fraternity of Kappa Delta Nu is like the flute fraternity. I carried that through through last year to the piccolo section, and I initiated all of the piccolos into the Kappa Delta Nu flute fraternity. And that is probably one of my favorite memories, is just dressing up as this Chad Brad Bradley, and also known as Chadley, and just getting to just be a dork with all of these people dressed as a man. That's my favorite. I'd never experienced it in Pullman before, so I was really excited just to be like, oh my gosh, it's finally happening. Like, Apple Cup in Pullman, we get to experience it. My main excitement was just to like get to greet the Husky band and like get to do things with them as like 2 bands combined, because of how different the rivalry is between football teams and between bands. Like, it's such a community of band support bands. We're not enemies in this culture. We're friends. We're supporting each other.
We invite them into Kimbrough. We have lunch with them, get to mingle and talk with them, and just become friends. And we all bond over music, because that's what we're there for.
Seeing everybody's faces is really what made it so just like eye-opening, I guess. That like, it's not the Cougs versus the Huskies, and it's not the CMB versus the HMB. It's band and band, and it was just so cool, because I'm watching these people eat their Subway sandwiches, and like I'm saying hello and they're saying hello back, and they have like this big smile on their face, and it's just so amazing to see 2 different sides of even the state, right? It's 2 mortal enemies, and we're just completely happy to be with each other and to just be able to share that experience. CMB drum majors and the HMB drum majors, where we're going to make a TikTok, because that is exactly what we should do when other bands are there, is make fun videos.
Who are you?
I'm Pam. Who are you?
I'm the owner of this house.
And it got 35,000 views on Instagram, and we were sitting there like, okay, this is fun, this is interesting, and there's so many positive comments from both sides of the rivalry, from Huskies and from Cougs. It's not a matter of you're from this team and I'm from this team. It's a matter of this is what we have in common and how can we share that.
Can you believe the price of hot dogs? Make out, make out, make out, make out.
It's very unique to be in a marching band. Not everybody is in marching band, and not everybody understands what it means to be in marching band.
Like in college or NFL sports, people get really heated about rivalries and stuff like that, and no matter what, the band needs to stay cool, calm, and collected, no matter if they win or lose.
My job is putting the glitter on my section, right? One of the UW people came up and they're like, oh my God, can I get a stripe of red? And they had the purple glitter. I'm like, can I get a stripe of purple? And they're like, yeah. So they had half red, half purple, and I had half red and half purple. We were setting up in the stands, and everyone's like, oh, you have purple on. I'm like, dude, it's for the other band. Like, give me a break. God forbid I want to support a fellow musician. I'm having fun. Who cares?
When it actually came to game day and we were doing our morning rehearsal and we got to meet the Husky band and everything and we got to play Ecstasy, like the thrill that was there with all of the people in the CMB was just incredible. Everybody was just like, you could tell they were like buzzing. Like everybody was like, yes, this is it. This is who we are. I don't know, that buzz that I mentioned, like that was just so apparent as we went into that game. And even though the team, the football team didn't win, like the band definitely won.
Fantastic, y'all. H&B sound great. Wow. Really, really great. Dr. Jollis, good? Good. Hey, CMB, go to the opening set of the show.
Every halftime that we've done Apple Cup, it's always our like coolest show or second to coolest show. It's definitely always like a memorable show or a really cool show that you're like, oh, I really like that show. Like every show that we've done for that, I'm like, I still remember it to this day. I'd have to think about besides like my sophomore and junior year, because I don't remember exactly what songs we did because it's been a long time. But yeah, I love halftime.
This was such a massive like production almost, where everything had to be so perfect for so long for that entire song.
Especially with the moving stuff that we got going on in that set, I think it's going to be an awesome show. We had a long time to rehearse it, and it's hopefully it ends up being good.
Doing the Dirty Dancing song was like, and seeing it like as it was developing through rehearsal was just it was so amazing. There were certainly times where like you're just waiting and you're just watching it develop and you're just like, okay, we got a week to get it like nailed. Like this is so intense and like this is the time to show everybody this is the Cougar marching band. During pregame, I remember just being like, there's so many people in the audience. But as Dr. Sweet told me at the very beginning of the season, he said, when you do pregame, you are going to forget that you are performing, and you're just gonna be right back in rehearsral. Like that's just what's gonna happen. And I was like, psh, no, no. It's gonna feel like a performance. I'm gonna be nervous as hell up there. You know, it's just that's not what's gonna happen. And sure enough, my very first pregame, every single pregame that I've ever done, it has felt the exact same every single time. I get up there and I'm back in rehearsal. And I'm just watching the CMB come in. I can't remember that there are people watching. And there have been times where I'm doing it, I'm conducting it, and I say, oh my gosh, this is so weird, it totally feels like there's no one there. And I'm acknowledging that there are people there, but it doesn't change how I feel. It's just, yes, I've done this 1,000 times. And it's exactly how it felt during Apple Cup. There are a bajillion people watching me, more than ever has. And I'm doing it exactly as I always have, and I'm just back in rehearsal. And it was just really cool.
All right, Cougs, it's time to go back to the 1980s. Please join the Cougar Marching Band in celebrating 2 iconic 1980s films. And remember, roads, where the CMB is going, we don't need any roads.
Halftime, I was very focused on getting all of my cues that I needed to, because there were very specific things where I was like, and move right now. And I had missed them in rehearsal previous, and I've been like, and then some people don't move like they were supposed to because they're relying on me. And I feel so bad because I've just been like, I was like really focused on watching time with Maddie's feet and like watching this and doing this and making sure everything was, and then I just totally forget to cue people. So I was just so focused on like, okay, and cue, and then I did it, and it sounded great. And I looked over at the big Megatron, and I know I'm not supposed to because I should be focusing on the band, but I looked over when we were doing Dirty Dancing, and I watched it be absolutely perfect for all of about 0.5 seconds. And I started tearing up on the podium, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're doing it. Like, it's looked really good in rehearsal. It's looked phenomenal, and it was perfect. And I was like just screaming on the podium. I was so excited. It was working. It was doing it exactly as it should. And then we hit the lift, and the crowd went insane. Now, normally when we're doing halftime, I understand that probably about 30% of the people are watching. Not very many people are. Like, that's fine. I understand. You're gonna go get your food. You're gonna whatever. Maybe we're background noise. I mean, it makes me sad, but whatever. I can't do anything about that. But to hear so many people at Apple Cup screaming because we were doing the lift on the field. I didn't even know they were watching. And everybody's blowing their heads off. Then I was crying. I was like, this is the moment. This is it. Oh my gosh. And I could not control myself, and I was just like, just keep time, just keep time, just keep time. And it was just like the best moment that I think I've ever experienced in marching band is that moment of hearing the crowd go wild. People that don't know band, people that don't really understand what it is that we're doing and the gravity of the situation were cheering us on like we were the football team. That was the best moment that I've ever experienced.
The director of the school of music is the associate director of band is number 17.
Overall, it went really well for people. The only thing that probably could have been better was the legs of the people, but that was the hardest part of the show, is moving the legs, so I understand that.
Hey, that was one of the best shows!
And always wins. Basically means no matter if our team wins or loses, we are the same way no matter what. We have our show on the field, we play our songs for Cougville and for Coug Prowl, we play our songs in the stands, we play the fight song, we sing the alma mater, and we always treat each other with respect. The band always wins because we're always having a good time. We're always having fun in the section and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, we perform during halftime and pregame, but when we're in the stands, when the football players are on the field doing their thing, we're just here to support them, cheer them on.
I think the most important thing is, no matter what, when we are calling tunes and we're saying, do this, everybody's, okay, I'm ready. And you're doing it. It's never a point of, no, I don't want to. I don't feel like it right now because I'm sad because of blah, 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 because of the team and then this and that. That doesn't happen. It's just, okay, everybody get ready and play. And they go, okay, and it's up, no matter how you were feeling. That's just what happens. And it's amazing. Again, with the band always wins. they're always playing. They're always willing to get up and show the energy. It doesn't matter how you're feeling. You're going crazy. You're showing like, yeah, I love this, I love the band, I love the team. That's just how it goes. And it's amazing. And you don't see that in most other areas of like the school of football or whatever. You don't really see that side of it. But it's that same, like that pep. You're providing that for the fans. You're giving them the energy that they're lacking because of the team or whatever, right? You're giving the football team the energy that they need. You're playing their big anthem, like, get ready, you got it, I still believe in you. I think that's the biggest part, is we are still believing in them, even if the fans aren't.
By their like third or fourth touchdown in a row, we're like, okay, can we wrap it up, please? We want to go home. We're tired. We're losing. But we're still on our feet. I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, I can't remember now. And I think it was Dr. Sweet told us that instead of like cussing our own team out, just start yelling, I love the Cougars. And just like channeling all our anger into love, basically being like, yeah, go Cougars. I love the Cougars. And so now it's become like a little inside joke that whenever like the Cougs like Coug it, we go, go Cougs. Go Cougs. Great, yay, great, thanks. Go Cougs. And so we play our fight song, play the alma mater, and then we leave. But we're there till the very end.
But we definitely just didn't play well in the fourth quarter at all. And that's when I was like, well, no matter if we win or lose, the band always wins. So we always have to keep a high energy. We still got to keep up doing the horn flashes until the end of the game. And afterwards, the band was super nice when they came back to Kimbrough. And they're like, good game, guys. Sorry about your defense not doing too well that game.
If we put on a good show, and if we showed up, and if we proved our all and kept supporting the team and showed that we are spirit and we are pep and we are here to push everybody else forward, then we won. It doesn't matter if the football team lost or if the student section left or whatever happens, right? We were there and we did what we were supposed to, and we did it well. And we always do it well. There's never been a time where I looked at the band and I thought, oh my gosh, we're crashing and burning, because we don't do that, because this is the CMB. That's never happened. We have successfully performed every single performance that we've ever had, and it is so apparent in the way that we carry ourselves in rehearsal and the way that we carry ourselves game day. Throughout everything that we do, we are always doing it the best that we can, and it is so amazing to have that culture here, and that is how we can show that the band always wins.
You'll show up to rehearsal and it's cold and you have all your layers on because you stepped outside of your warm dorm or apartment or whatever, and it's like 40 degrees but feels like 29 because of the wind. And so you're like, okay, you check the weather, you're like, okay, it's gonna be cold, gotta layer. And then you get to rehearsal, you're still cold, your mouthpiece is cold, everything changes. You get really flat, so we have a tuning slide, so you have to push all the way in, and even that doesn't help sometimes. So I started this in high school actually. I'll put my trumpet under my coat, or like my top, the top of my uniform, just to like keep it close to my body, keep it warm. And then you start repping some sets, start actually marching, and you're like, wow, I'm miserable. I'm sweaty, I'm getting hot. So you take your coat off, now you're just in your sweatshirt. And you're like, wow, I'm cold. And it's difficult with gloves on because you're not getting the heat of your body heat to warm it up, warm the metal up. So I will just try and wrap my hand around my bell just to like keep it warm. and I'll like almost pet it, kind of, just try and warm it up. And then for us at least, it's hot air. Just blow hot air through your instrument. Keep as hot air as you can get. Just keep cycling that through just to try and warm it up.
Yeah.
I think actually also my trumpet steamed.
I remember being so desperate. I don't remember what game it was. I think it was, honestly, it might have been last year. And I couldn't feel my feet. And I was so sad because I couldn't tell, it was just like, every time I would move, my feet would hurt, but I didn't have any feeling. So it was just like uncomfortable and painful. And I remember being so desperate to get a foot warmer and something I can just shove in my shoe. And somebody had an extra hand warmer, and I shoved it into my marching shoe. And I remember then my feet were really warm, and I was like, I just can't. Nothing is working. It's just so upsetting. But I had to leave halfway through that game because of the wind ensemble performance that we had in Spokane. So I got to leave before the massive rainstorm actually happened. It was like sprinkling when I was there, and then I left, and all hell broke loose. And I saw it when I was driving, and I was like, oh no, they're gonna get this. This is not good. Oh well. But I wanted to be there so bad. It would have been so fun to conduct in the rain. I mean, I would have been very upset at the time, but it's okay. Game, here we go, yay! Finally, our brethren.
They came our freshman year to WSU also, and that I feel like maybe for me that kind of started like our love for OSU. One, we love each other because we're the both of the state universities. We're Washington State, they're Oregon State, and the two other schools are the richer schools and the schools that more people know about.
As much as we love, the Husky Band and everything like that, there's definitely a different connection with the OSU band. I don't know. It literally feels like they're our brothers. And it's just weird. At least for me, it kind of is like, you're here. I miss you. And I've never even seen you. It's just, I don't know. It feels very like different.
When they come here, it's going to be really cool to have both bands of the schools that were left back in the pack 3 years ago, and have them duel it out for, hopefully WC already has a bowl game, but for WC's bowl game, or for the courage of just winning the Pac-2 tournament for this year.
I love their band director. I saw him in Vegas. Like, I look at him and I'm like, of course you're a Beav. I'm looking at you and yes, that makes sense. And he's just so nice.
It's a love-hate sort of thing for me. Like, I've served my time. I'm ready to be done with band. I've done this for the past 8 years. My knees hurt, my back hurts, my body hurts. I'm getting too old for this. But also, like, it's all I've ever known. And so I don't know what I'm going to be I don't know what I'm going to do with my free time on the weekends. I'm excited. My whole family's coming up for that. So, and I have 2 older brothers, and they're usually both very busy, so they'll come up for a game, but not at the same time. And so I think this will be the first game where they're both at the same game. So I'm really excited for that.
I'm gonna be really sad to see all the seniors go. There's not like a whole lot of seniors this year, but it's gonna be really hard because a lot of them, it's a big end of an era situation. anybody that knew Benefield and anybody that knew the marching band prior to Dr. Sweet is pretty much going to be gone. And it's going to be a weird shift to just have, basically now it's a completely clean slate.
The senior show is going to hit a little hard. For one, it's the show that I submitted, so I get to play on the field for my last show on Martin, the show that I submitted, which is going to be super awesome. I get to see, my family gets to come on the field, and it's just going to be a little bit harder than it was going to be. It's going to be even harder because my dad passed away in July of this year, and he was supposed to come to the game. When I am being recognized, it's going to be really bad, not because I'm being recognized, but bad because I know my dad would want to be there. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a fun game. The show's going to be awesome. Super excited for the Danny Elfman show, but I'm definitely going to cry at it.
Not looking forward to it. But I've served my time. I'm ready to be done. And I'll just have to tell myself that. Just push away the emotions that are like, well, no, you're not. Because I am.
I'm going to miss everybody quite a bit.
The banquet is I would say like an after season celebration of the season.
This is our last hurrah. Thank you for such a great season. Let's do it again next year. It's just, it's almost like closure for such a great season. And you get to eat great food, and you get to like connect with your section again, and
you get to dress up nice, and you get free dinner. Get to be in someplace warm. Get to sit with your friends.
Basically, we have a slideshow that plays before. We have cake and cookies and stuff like that. And there's awards that are given out every year. It's kind of just a way to reminisce about the past and have memories of people and the seniors who are leaving, and have some very interesting awards that are set out sometimes for each section, because we also have section awards.
Would you please welcome to the stage the birthday man himself, Guillermo.
I think I'll be fine. Unless I win an award of like one of the big ones. If I win one of the awards of like best whatever, I will probably be emotional for one of those.
Outstanding Woodwind Member Award. I just like waiting. It's like marching contest, you know, like. Hunter Thacker.
It's my last year, and I feel like if I got one like my sophomore, I'd be like, okay, cool, whatever. But now it's my last year, and getting something like that is very sentimental, and I probably would frame it.
I don't know. It just feels very wholesome and like a way to really wrap things up and to put it in a nice little bow. It's a really nice experience.
Every band kid has considered it. I was like, oh, I'm not doing band next year. I'm so over this. And then you get to the end of the season, you sign up for it again. You're like, well, what's one more year, right? Oh, might as well. And you get through all 4 years, you get to the end, and you're like, oh, it's over.
I was gonna say anything to freshman Georgia, I would probably just say, you did it. Did you know your drum major? Did you know your head drum major? Did you know that the whole band depends on you and looks up to you? And she'd be like, no. I'm leaving. This is scary. When I was a freshman in high school, I did not want to do marching band. It was a requirement at my high school. If you wanted to be in the band program at all, you had to be in the marching band. And that made me very upset because I really liked playing the flute and I didn't want to do it and it was stupid. I was like, I'm not marching, it's for nerds. Because TV, that's all that they do. They always show it as like this big nerdy thing and it's so stupid. So why would I continue doing that? And especially why would I do that in college? You know, I can do that in high school, I can be the nerd in high school, but I want to have a life in college. I want to do this in college. Well, I want to do this. I'm not going to have time. And it's like, marching band doesn't take up nearly enough time that you think it does. You're never going to have an experience like you are going to have in the marching band, especially as a freshman in the marching band. It is such a very unique and specific experience, and it is the best experience that I've ever had.
Hi. We're the drum majors of the Cougar marching band.
I was very lucky that obviously I could do band in high school, or band in college, sorry. And like a lot of my friends from high school didn't do band in college. Either they didn't have the option or they just didn't because they were done. But I would not have changed anything. Everyone, like all my friends who I talked to like in class or like who I've met through my major, or like even freshmen, they're like, yeah, I don't know how to make friends. And I always say to them, well, I never had that problem because I had band. So I have friends built in, right? I don't think I would have met anyone if I didn't do band. I think my life would have been miserable up here if I didn't do band, right? Because I'm 20 hours from home. I knew nobody coming up here. I didn't do any clubs in high school. Probably wouldn't do any clubs here. I didn't start meeting people in my major until last year. So that would have been a good 2.5, 3 years that I would have been basically alone.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I really was ham-hamming.
You're like,
Don't be scared as well. I know that I was scared because I never marched in high school either. There was no marching band in my high school. There was just pep band. But my cousin was like, go. It's awesome. You're going to love it. And I would never change my mind. I love the marching band. So.
Go Cougs!
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
I'm gonna need you to raise your glass. I don't care what you put in it. Here's the nights that you can't take back. We live hard, but we love to laugh. And we all thought that we'd get rich fast. Hopped the plane out for greener grass. Found out the greenest cash don't compare to the friends that last. See, we won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us. We beat to the same drum. No, we won't forget where we came from. This city can't change us. We beat to the same drum, the same drum. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. So here's to the cheap sunglasses, Red Bull and minivans, and people who had your back when the world didn't understand. See, we won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us. We beat to the same drum. No, we won't forget where Oh no, this city won't change us. Oh no, this city won't change us. Oh no, this city won't change us, won't change us. Hey! La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. We always find our way back home. Yeah, we always find our way back home.